Well, welcome SWBA church members. We're so glad to have you here today, and I'm sorry I can't be with you. Thanks, Aaron, for being there for me and taking over my first official meeting as a moderator. You know, part of the job of moderator and vice moderator is to share examples of what our churches are doing to advance the SWBA mission forward. We want to lead by example, and so Pastor Ben, I think, or one of our members will be there sharing a little bit about our church, and Aaron will share a little bit about their experience as well. But I want to inspire you with some cool things that are going on. Just a few examples of ways churches are stepping up and making a difference in the association. For example, church plants. Well, let me just start with this. The budget for SWBA for 2012, we finished ahead of schedule, or not ahead of schedule, ahead financially. We are brought in more for our general budget than what our budget was, so that's always a great thing to celebrate. And part of that is due to the fact of churches stepping up year to year, advancing what they're doing associationally in that part of their budget. For example, some of our church plants, Red Village is an example that's really setting a pace for giving back to the cooperative effort in the hopes of church plants starting in the future and their church giving back as a result of what's been invested in them to help them come into what they're doing. And so Waterbrook up in Toma is another example, I understand, of a church that when they first came in just began with an investment of about $10 a month, and they've upped that all the way up to $175 a month. Now that's a pretty hefty change percentage-wise, and we want to celebrate that. But it's those kinds of changes that are going to help keep us viable and healthy and doing the work that we band together and associate together to do. A couple other things I want to share with you. Waterbrook and Red Village, mentioning them again, both giving Bibles to church plants, helping them that way. Trey Turner has been coaching some of our international church plant pastors. That's exciting. And I want to just ask you, what does your church's hands-on participation look like when it comes to the vision of planting and developing prevailing churches? How are you making a difference outside your congregation? When you're planning your budgets, for example, for the coming year, what mechanisms do you have in place to make sure that your associational participation is brought along with your budget as your budget goes up, that some of those things go up? Some churches just give a flat percentage. Our church doesn't do that. Our church has our mission support overall set at a certain percentage of our non-missions budget, and so every year our missions budget as a whole goes up, and then a portion goes to each area of our missions budget. And so, but anyway, we make sure that way that those things track along. Think of it this way. What if our members of our churches kept their giving at the same monetary amount year after year after year while their income went up? What that essentially means is that they're giving less and less and less to the work of the Lord and every year. And we know that we couldn't operate that way, at least not for very long. And so I want to challenge you and your church's leadership this year about ways that you can to be considering ways that you can tie your cooperative program giving as well as your SWBA giving to the bottom line of your budget, making sure that missions remains at least, if not more, of a focus of your church as your church gets older. So often it's the case that it actually goes the other way around, and that absolutely is not the way it should be. And so just want to give you those kind of reminders and encouragements as we come into this new year. And I know in about 6 months or so you'll be starting budget preparation. And pastors, your church counts on you and your voice as a leader in that way. And so we want to just really encourage you about that. And hey, I'm looking forward to seeing some of you this spring at the Pastors Enrichment Video Conference. Looking forward to that very much, and that's a great opportunity for us to invest further in church plants as well as invest in ourselves. The time is now to recruit your key leaders to come along. We had such a great experience last year and hope to do so again this year. We look forward to seeing you then, if not then, at this next associational meeting. Blessings. God bless you. Bye-bye.